How many times have you felt trapped in an endless cycle of effort, struggle, and sacrifice, only to see your deepest desires slip through your fingers? You've been told that to achieve your goals, to attract wealth, love, or success, you must work harder. You must push, force, battle against every obstacle. And you've tried, haven't you? You've poured your blood, sweat, and tears into it. You've sacrificed your time, your energy, and your peace of mind. But the harsh truth is that, for most, this path only leads to exhaustion, frustration, and a persistent feeling of not being enough. It's as if an invisible force conspires against you, keeping your dreams just out of reach. Today, I'm here to reveal a radical truth to you. A truth so contrary to everything you've been taught that you'll find it hard to believe at first. But once you understand it, it will completely transform your approach to manifestation. Imagine that the secret to attracting absolutely everything you desire doesn't lie in trying harder, but in stopping the struggle, in letting go of control, in intelligently surrendering. This is no joke. It's not a justification for laziness. It's the essence of the law of reversal, an ancient principle rediscovered and unveiled by a master of the mind, Joseph Murphy. Murphy, with astonishing clarity, showed us that struggle, anxiety, and forced effort don't attract your desires. They repel them. Why? Because your subconscious mind, that sleeping giant that controls 95% of your reality, doesn't respond to your empty words or your desires filled with tension. It responds to what you feel as truth. If you feel need, lack, or the fear of not achieving it, your subconscious registers that as your current reality. And its mission is to keep you exactly where you are, in a state of lack. The law of reversal is the way to hack this system. It is the master principle that tells you, when you stop frantically searching, you find. When you release the anxious need to want, you receive. When you release control over the hows and the whens, the entire universe organizes itself for you. This means that the inner battle you've been fighting, that war against reality and against your own emotions, is draining your power. It is the effort that prevents manifestation. In this audiobook, you will discover why your current effort is sabotaging you and how to free yourself from the illusion of constant struggle. How your subconscious mind is the architect of your reality and how to communicate with it in its own language, that of feeling and certainty. The precise techniques of the law of reversal, the art of deep visualization, silent faith, and the power of non-doing to attract effortlessly. How to transform the anxiety of desire into a peace of expectation that magnetizes your dreams towards you. Stay with us. What you are about to learn here will open a door to a way of living and creating that you never thought possible. Your desire is not far. It's just a step away. Chapter 1. The Illusion of Effort, Redefining Manifestation. In our society, we have been conditioned to believe that success is the direct result of incessant struggle, superhuman effort, and an inflexible willpower. From an early age, we are instilled with the narrative that to achieve anything valuable, we must push, battle, and sacrifice ourselves to exhaustion. We are told that reward is directly proportional to the amount of sweat and tears shed. This dominant paradigm leads us to believe that the manifestation of our desires is a constant battle against circumstances, against competition, and even against ourselves. You've tried to follow these rules, haven't you? You've poured your energy, your time, and your determination into pursuing your goals. You've sacrificed sleep, leisure time, and perhaps your own peace of mind, all in the name of necessary effort. But the harsh reality is that for many people, this path, far from leading to fulfillment, leaves them exhausted, frustrated, and with a persistent feeling of not being enough. It's as if, despite all the effort, an invisible force conspires against you, keeping your dreams just out of reach. Joseph Murphy, with a vision that transcended conventions, invites us to radically question this illusion of effort. He teaches us that this ingrained belief in constant struggle can be, paradoxically, the greatest obstacle to manifestation. Why? Because forced effort, The tension and anxiety that accompany it generate a vibration of resistance. When we struggle desperately for something, our energy focuses on lack, on not yet having what we desire. And this signal of lack is precisely what is imprinted on our subconscious mind. The subconscious mind, that vast and obedient inner power, doesn't understand empty words or desires uttered with anxiety. Its language is that of feeling, of emotion. It responds to what you feel as truth, to your predominant emotional state. If you feel that the manifestation of your desire requires a titanic struggle and constant suffering, the subconscious registers that as the reality. And its mission, in its infinite obedience, will be to keep you in that state of struggle and lack, perpetuating the cycle of non-manifestation, not out of malice, but out of fidelity to the truth you have imprinted upon it. Think of some analogies that illustrate the inefficiency of excessive effort. The tight knot. Imagine you have a very tight knot in a rope. If you try to untie it with brute force, pulling and tugging desperately, most likely the knot will tighten even more or the rope will break. However, if you approach it calmly, observing the direction of the strands, applying gentle pressure in the correct direction, the knot will untie easily. Intelligent and aligned effort is superior to brute force. The wrong door. Imagine you try to open a door by pushing it with all your might, sweating and getting frustrated, when in reality, it's designed to be pulled. You can put all the effort in the world, but you won't manage to open it. The problem is not the lack of effort, but the lack of alignment with the door's inherent design. Excessive effort in the wrong direction is an illusion of progress. The weed garden. If a gardener, in their eagerness for a perfect garden, pulls weeds furiously and carelessly, they are likely to damage the roots of the plants they want to grow. Excessive action without discernment can be more harmful than beneficial. Delicacy and knowledge of the process are key. These analogies show us that it's not about the quantity of energy we put in, but the quality of that energy and the direction in which we apply it. Forced effort, tinged with anxiety and resistance, is a low-vibration energy that clashes with the natural flow of the universe. It's a signal of, I don't have, or it's difficult, and the subconscious mind, obediently, reflects that truth in your reality. Joseph Murphy's perspective invites us to radically redefine our understanding of manifestation. He teaches us that it doesn't arise from an external battle, but from an internal alignment. When your mental and emotional state resonate with the reality of your desire already fulfilled, the universe and your subconscious mind begin to conspire in your favor, attracting the circumstances, people, and necessary resources. It's a process of resonance, not resistance. By understanding that excessive effort is an illusion that sabotages us, we open the door to an easier, more fluid, and paradoxically, much more powerful path. This is the first step to freeing ourselves from the chains of constant struggle and beginning to experience the true fluidity of manifestation. The key is not to push harder, but to learn to let go of what holds you back. Chapter 2. The Power of the Hidden. The Subconscious Mind as your supreme ally. The subconscious mind is a sleeping giant within each of us, the true engine for creating our reality. This vast and mysterious inner realm is the supreme ally in applying the law of reversal, a power that constantly operates, molding your life experience, even without your being fully conscious of it. Unlike the conscious mind, which is logical, analytical, and linear, the subconscious is non-rational, symbolic, and emotional. It does not argue, does not judge, does not question what is implanted into it. It simply accepts as truth whatever you impress upon it with sufficient conviction and emotion. It is the fertile ground where the seeds of your beliefs, your habits, and ultimately, your destiny are sown. Its power is immense. It controls the vital functions of your body, stores every memory and experience since your birth, and is the invisible but powerful bridge between your inner world and the manifestation of your outer world. To understand its functioning, think of the subconscious mind as a garden of unlimited fertility. Your conscious mind is the gardener. You, as the gardener, choose the seeds, which are your thoughts, your ideas, and your dominant beliefs, and sow them in this soil. The subconscious is the fertile ground that, regardless of the quality of the seed, whether it's a seed of joy and abundance or one of fear and scarcity, will diligently nourish it, make it grow, and present you with a reality that exactly reflects those seeds. If you sow seeds of fear, lack, or limitation, I can't, I'm not enough, life is difficult, the subconscious will cultivate them carefully and present you with a reality that reflects those limitations, creating experiences that confirm your initial belief. If, on the contrary, you sow seeds of abundance, health, love, success, and purpose, I am capable, I deserve prosperity, life flows easily, the subconscious will work tirelessly, even while you sleep, to organize circumstances and attract the necessary resources to manifest that reality in your life. The fundamental key to this process is that the subconscious does not distinguish between what is real in the outer world and what is imagined or felt with intensity. For it, what you feel and believe as truth, that is the truth. This understanding leads us to a crucial and often overlooked distinction: the vital difference between a pure desire and a desire charged with anxiety. This distinction is fundamental for the correct application of the law of reversal. A pure desire is born from a place of peace, of certainty, and of a clear, crystalline vision of what is longed for. It is a feeling of inner knowing, a quiet conviction that something is possible, that it belongs to you by right, and that it is already on its way to manifesting. This type of desire feels like an elevated inspiration, a serene excitement, an anticipated joy, or a deep sense of gratitude for something that has not yet physically occurred, but that you already feel as an inner reality. When you desire from this space of stillness and confidence, you are sending a signal of completeness, sufficiency, and abundance to your subconscious mind. It's like an architect presenting clear, detailed, and unambiguous blueprints to a builder, fully trusting in their ability and commitment to execute them perfectly. The subconscious receives this coherent signal and begins to organize the resources, circumstances, people, and synchronicities necessary to manifest that desire with astonishing fluidity. On the other hand, a desire charged with anxiety is born directly from lack, from the fear of not getting what you want, from desperation due to current scarcity, or from tension over the outcome. It feels like an imperative need, a constant tension, an obsessive worry about the how and when of manifestation. It is a feeling of not having yet, of, I need this to be happy. When you desire from anxiety, what you are actually imprinting on your subconscious mind is not the desire itself, but lack, doubt, and fear. It's like an architect delivering a confusing blueprint, full of crossings out and contradictions, and at the same time telling the builder that they don't trust them, that the work is too difficult, and that it will probably fail. The subconscious, being the faithful executor that it is, obeys that truth of lack and doubt, reflecting it in your reality and perpetuating the state of not having or struggle. The most effective communication with the subconscious is not only through words or consciously repeated affirmations mechanically. Its primary language, its deepest code, is that of emotion, feeling, and vivid mental imagery. That's why effective visualization, sustained by deep emotion, and the cultivation of elevated emotional states, such as gratitude or joy for the already fulfilled desire, are such extraordinarily powerful tools. When you visualize your desire as already fulfilled, when you immerse yourself in that mental image and feel the emotion of that realization, overflowing joy, deep gratitude, the unshakable peace of having it, you are speaking directly to your subconscious in its own most powerful language. You are sowing the seed with the correct feeling, with the appropriate energy, and the subconscious, being the fertile and obedient ground that it is, will diligently nurture it to grow, flourish, and manifest in your physical experience. Think about this carefully. Every time you worry obsessively, every time you doubt your ability, every time you feel that you are not enough, or that something is too difficult or impossible, you are sending a clear and powerful instruction to your subconscious mind. You are telling it in the language of emotion. This is my current reality. I want more of this. More worry, more doubt, more limitation. And the subconscious, without moral judgment, simply obeys, manifesting more of those experiences. The key to effectively applying the law of reversal lies precisely in becoming aware of these automatic subconscious impressions and intentionally replacing them with feelings, emotions, and beliefs that are perfectly aligned with what you truly wish to manifest. It is a change of command from the worried mind to the empowered mind. The subconscious mind is, therefore, your supreme ally, an unlimited power that works tirelessly in your favor when you provide it with correct and coherent instructions. You do not need to fight it. On the contrary, you need to learn to collaborate harmoniously with it. By understanding its non-rational nature, its obedience to your deepest feelings, and its capacity for manifestation, you unlock the ability to sow the seeds of a reality you truly wish to experience, instead of one that has been imposed on you by old programmings. This is the first fundamental step to stop pushing with effort and begin to attract with the fluidity of the law of reversal, transforming desire into a tangible reality. Chapter 3. The Law of Reversal in Action. When letting go attracts everything. We have discovered that the subconscious mind, that powerful ally operating from the depths, responds to feelings of truth and is repelled by anxiety and lack. Now, it's time to delve into the heart of Joseph Murphy's philosophy, the law of reversal in action. This principle directly challenges our intuition and invites us to a paradoxical path to manifestation, the art of letting go for everything to manifest. The law of reversal can be summarized in an astonishing truth. When you stop frantically searching, you find. When you stop anxiously wanting, you receive. And when you release control over the how and the when, the universe organizes itself for you. This idea runs counter to the struggle mindset that has been instilled in us, but its effectiveness is proven in the experience of those who master it. Society teaches us to chase our dreams. It tells us that we must go after them, catch them, force them into existence. However, this anxious pursuit, this desperate clinging to the outcome, is what creates resistance. Imagine trying to push a rope. No matter how hard you try, you won't make it move effectively. But if you pull it, if you let it flow in its natural direction, it moves easily. Resistance is the friction that consumes your energy and blocks the path of manifestation. Letting go does not mean passivity or disinterest. It's not about abandoning your desires or becoming apathetic. It's an act of profound trust and liberation from resistance. It's a way of telling your subconscious mind and the universe, I have sown the seed. I have set my intention with feeling, and now I trust the process. I know that what is for me will come. This letting go is a powerful act of faith. Why is it crucial to release control over the how and the when? Our conscious mind, with its limited logic, often tries to dictate every detail of the manifestation process. We want to control the circumstances, the people involved, the exact time it should happen. But the universe and your own subconscious operate with a wisdom and connections that go beyond your conscious understanding. By trying to micromanage the process, what you are actually doing is creating rigidity, doubting universal intelligence, and placing limits on manifestation. When you release the how and the when, you open up space for the universe's unlimited creativity in your subconscious to orchestrate events in the most efficient and surprising way. Often, manifestation arrives through paths you would never have imagined, much more ingenious and perfect than any plan your conscious mind could have conceived. Examples of the law of reversal in action. The blocked artist. A painter or writer may struggle for days trying to force inspiration. The more they strive, the more blocked they feel. Only when they decide to let go for a walk, relax, or engage in another activity, does the idea or creative solution suddenly emerge, seemingly effortlessly. Inspiration is not forced, it is allowed. The desperate search for a partner. A person who anxiously seeks a partner, Clinging to the need to find someone to feel complete often attracts unsatisfactory relationships or attracts no one. Their energy of need and lack is projected. However, when they focus on their own well-being, on cultivating their personal happiness, and on releasing desperation, the right partner can appear at the least expected time and place as an echo of their new completeness. The entrepreneur obsessed with money. An entrepreneur who obsesses solely over money, trying to force every sale and every negotiation with tension, often encounters resistance and financial difficulties. Their energy is anchored in the fear of scarcity. But when they genuinely focus on serving their customers, on creating value with passion, and on releasing anxiety about profits, money begins to flow more freely as a natural consequence of their service. The solution to a complex problem. Sometimes you face a problem that seems insoluble. You think about it over and over with a tense mind. Joseph Murphy said that you should think about the problem, then affirm the solution with emotion, and finally, consciously forget it, handing it over to your subconscious. Only when you stop struggling and trust does the solution arrive intuitively at an unexpected moment. This letting go is not an act of passive surrender, but a form of active trust. It is the moment when you have done your part, sowing the seed with the right feeling, and now you trust the fertile ground of your subconscious to nurture it and make it grow. It is the release of resistance, doubt, and fear that interfere with the natural flow of manifestation. By practicing the law of reversal, you align yourself with the universal intelligence that allows flowers to grow, stars to shine, and rivers to flow effortlessly. You learn to collaborate with this intelligence instead of fighting against it. It is an invitation to a life of less exhaustion and more fluidity, where your desires manifest not by the force with which you pursue them, but by the wisdom with which you sow them and the trust with which you let them go. This is the true secret of effortless manifestation. Chapter 4. Imprinting Desires. The Art of Visualization and Deep Feeling. Now, it's time to unveil the most effective technique for communicating directly with this hidden power and sowing our desires in its fertile ground. The art of visualization combined with deep feeling. This is the key to imprinting desires so that their manifestation becomes inevitable. For Joseph Murphy, visualization is not a mere act of daydreaming. It is an active and conscious process of creating clear and vivid mental images of our desire already fulfilled. However, what elevates visualization from a simple fantasy to a manifestation tool is the emotion and feeling that accompany it. The subconscious does not understand words. It understands the universal language of emotion. What you feel intensely, what moves you deeply, is what your subconscious accepts as a command and begins to work to materialize. The most propitious moment to impress a desire on the subconscious is when the conscious mind is in a relaxed and receptive state. This occurs naturally just before falling asleep and upon waking in the morning. During these periods, the doors between the conscious and subconscious are more open, and the resistances or doubts of the logical mind are diminished, allowing ideas and feelings to filter through effortlessly. The process of imprinting desires. Define your desire with absolute clarity. Before visualizing, you must know exactly what you want. Be specific, concise, and free of ambiguities. Leave no room for interpretation. For example, instead of "I want more money," define "I desire an income of $5,000 per month, coming from," describe the source, starting on date. Create a vivid and detailed mental image. Close your eyes and build a clear and detailed mental image of your desire, as if it had already been fulfilled. Not a static image, but a vivid and multi-sensory scene. If you want a house, don't just see it. Imagine yourself walking through its rooms, feeling the texture of the furniture, smelling the ambiance, hearing the sounds of life in it. If it's a new job, visualize yourself in the office, interacting with your colleagues, feeling the satisfaction of your tasks, hearing words of congratulation. Immerse yourself in the feeling of realization. This is the most crucial part. While maintaining that mental image, immerse yourself in the emotions you would feel if your desire had already manifested. Feel the joy, gratitude, peace, satisfaction, abundance. Emotion is the language of the subconscious. Don't think that you want to feel that way. Feel that you already have it. Feel the conviction that it is already a reality within you. The intensity and authenticity of this feeling are what imprint the desire on your subconscious. Joseph Murphy said, "Feel the reality of your desire, and you will witness the manifestation." Make it personal and direct. The visualization should be in the first person, as if you yourself were experiencing the desired reality. It is your experience, your feeling. Practice at the optimal time. Dedicate 5 to 10 minutes each night just before sleeping and each morning upon waking for this exercise. These are the moments when the door to the subconscious is most open. If you wake up in the middle of the night, or if you have a calm moment during the day, you can also use those instants. Be consistent, but without anxiety. Repetition is key to imprinting the subconscious, but it must be a calm repetition, not an anxious one. It's not a struggle to convince yourself, but a conscious sowing. If you feel tension, pause, relax your body and mind, and resume the exercise when peace returns. Feeling is the prayer. Joseph Murphy emphasized that feeling is the prayer. It is not elaborate words or desperate pleas that move mountains in the subconscious, but the emotional charge that accompanies your thoughts. If you verbalize your desire but internally feel doubt, fear, or lack, that negative emotion is what your subconscious picks up and manifests. Therefore, the work is not just to visualize, but to cultivate the emotional state of already having what you desire. When you feel the joy, gratitude, and certainty that your desire is already fulfilled, you are operating from a frequency of abundance. Your subconscious, upon receiving this coherent vibration, begins to organize the resources and circumstances of your life so that external reality matches your internal reality. It is a law of resonance. Like attracts like. If you vibrate in abundance, you attract abundance. If you vibrate in lack, you attract lack. Examples of application. For health. If you wish to improve your health, visualize yourself in perfect physical condition, feeling the energy, vitality, and joy of being completely healthy. Feel the strength in your body, the clarity in your mind. Give thanks for this perfect health as if it were already yours. For relationships. If you long for a loving and harmonious relationship, visualize yourself experiencing that relationship, feeling love, respect, connection. Imagine conversations, happy moments, mutual support. Feel the peace and fullness of that union. For professional success, visualize yourself in the desired job or business, feeling the satisfaction of achievement, the joy of your contribution, the abundance that flows. Feel competent, valued, and successful. The practice of visualization and deep feeling is the art of direct communication with your hidden power. Don't push your desire with the force of logic or desperation. Imprint it in the fertile ground of your subconscious with the emotion of realization, and then, as we will see in the next chapter, release it with silent faith, allowing the law of reversal to orchestrate its manifestation. Chapter 5. Silent Faith and the Power of Not Doing. Although it seems to contradict our logic of constant effort, it is fundamental for manifestation. Silent faith and the power of not doing. These concepts are the essence of the intelligent surrender that Joseph Murphy taught. Faith, in this context, is not a blind religious belief or an uncertain hope. It is an inner knowing, an unshakable certainty that resides deep within your being. It is the conviction that your desire is already in the process of manifestation, that it is yours by right, and that the universe is orchestrating the perfect circumstances to deliver it to you without the need for immediate external proof or constant reaffirmation. Think of silent faith as the immutable certainty of a pregnant woman. She knows that a baby is growing inside her, even if she doesn't yet see or intensely feel it move. She doesn't need daily proof to know that the process is underway. She trusts in the nature of life. When you plant a seed in the fertile ground of your subconscious through visualization and deep feeling, that seed has been sown. Silent faith is what allows you to let go of the need to unearth it every day to see if it is growing. It is trust in the natural process of germination. If you doubt, if you unearth the seed over and over again out of anxiety, you will most likely damage it and prevent it from growing. This faith is cultivated by understanding that your subconscious mind is an unlimited power that responds to your commands. Once you have given it a clear instruction, your visualized and felt desire, you can trust that it is working tirelessly for you. Silent faith is the absence of anxiety, worry, and the need to control the details of how and when your desire will manifest. The power of not doing is the practical application of this silent faith. Joseph Murphy explained it masterfully. It is not about inactivity or laziness. It is a strategic inaction that arises from an active trust. There are moments in the manifestation process where the best action you can take is, paradoxically, to refrain from direct, forced action. Think of the example of a farmer. A farmer diligently sows his seed, waters it, fertilizes it, and protects it from pests. It is a considerable effort. But once he has done everything in his power, he does not try to pull the sprouts to make them grow faster, nor does he obsessively worry every second about the sun or the rain. He understands that there is a natural growth process that operates on its own. He does not do the growth. He allows it. He trusts that nature will take care of the rest if he has done his part. His not doing is an act of deep faith and wisdom, not irresponsibility. Most people, when planting a desire, try to force its manifestation through frantic effort. They knock on every door, pressure people, obsess over the how, and fill themselves with anxiety if they don't see immediate results. This is the illusion of effort that we discussed at the beginning. This forced and anxiety-filled action is a signal of doubt to the subconscious, which interprets, "I don't trust this to manifest. I need to force it." And consequently, it generates resistance and blockages. The power of not doing means consciously stepping back and releasing control over the process once you have imprinted your desire on the subconscious. It is allowing universal intelligence and your own subconscious power to orchestrate events, people, and circumstances in the most efficient and surprising way. When and how to practice the power of not doing, after visualization and feeling. Once you have completed your daily visualization session, vividly feeling your desire already fulfilled, release the thought. Literally, consciously, forget it. Do not ruminate on it. Do not analyze it. Do not obsessively wonder when or how it will arrive. Trust that the work is already done at the subconscious level. When you feel anxiety or tension, if you find yourself thinking about your desire with anxiety, with fear that it will not manifest, or feeling the need to do something to force it, stop. Recognize that tension as a sign of resistance. At that moment, the best action is not doing. Breathe deeply, relax your body, and mentally affirm, "My desire is already on its way. I release control and trust." For seemingly unsolvable problems. When faced with a complex problem and your conscious mind feels blocked, apply the power of not doing. Dedicate time to think about the problem and the desired solution with feeling, and then release it completely. Distract your mind with other activities, rest, sleep. It is astonishing how solutions often arrive intuitively when the conscious mind stops forcing. It is the subconscious working in the background. Not hiding negativity. Not doing does not mean ignoring or repressing your negative emotions. If you feel fear, acknowledge it. But then consciously choose not to feed it, not to give it energy. It's not about pretending everything is fine, but about choosing not to give power to the emotion that does not serve you. The power of not doing is an act of active faith. It is the expression of an unwavering conviction in the mental laws that govern the universe. It is the wisdom of knowing that not everything requires your direct conscious effort, and that there is a higher intelligence operating through your subconscious that can manifest your desires with greater ease and fluidity when you stop interfering with its process. By mastering silent faith and the power of not doing, you become a master of manifestation, attracting what you desire with less struggle and more grace. Chapter 6. Effective Affirmations, the Language of Inner Certainty. Often, affirmations are used ineffectively, leading to frustration. Joseph Murphy's secret lies in the fact that affirmations only work when they become the true language of inner certainty. Many of us have tried to use affirmations. We repeat phrases like, "I am rich," "I am successful," "I am happy." But despite constant repetition, the desired results do not appear. Why does this happen? The main reason is that often these affirmations are spoken from a place of anxiety, desperation, or a deep sense of lack. We say them with the conscious mind, but our inner feeling, the vibration we actually send to our subconscious, is one of "I don't have" or "this is a lie." And as we have learned, the subconscious doesn't understand words. It understands feelings. If we verbalize "I am rich," but feel desperation due to a lack of money, the subconscious picks up the desperation, not the words. Joseph Murphy insisted that an affirmation is not a simple mechanical repetition of words. It is a prayer charged with emotion and conviction. Affirmations are effective when they are simple, clear, and spoken or felt from a state of deep calm, certainty, and unwavering faith. The emotion behind the words is the true power that anchors them in the subconscious. It's not about forcing your mind to believe something it doesn't feel, but about bringing your feelings into the same tune as your words. How to create and use truly effective affirmations. Simplicity and clarity. Formulate your affirmations concisely and directly. Eliminate any ambiguity. They should be easy to understand and remember. For example, instead of "I want to be financially abundant and have many business opportunities that bring me joy and prosperity," simply say, "Abundance flows to me constantly and easily." Present and positive. Always phrase your affirmations in the present tense and in a positive way, as if the desire were already a reality. The subconscious lives in the present and does not process negations well. Instead of "I don't want to be poor," say, "I am prosperous and abundant." Instead of "I don't want to be sick," say, "My health is perfect and vibrant." Charge with emotion and feeling. This is the key. While affirming, take a moment to feel the emotion you would experience if that affirmation were already your truth. Feel the joy of abundance, the gratitude for perfect health, the peace of harmonious relationships. If you cannot feel the emotion at first, briefly visualize the scene, as we learned in Chapter 4, and allow the feeling to emerge. Feeling is the vibration that your subconscious picks up and accepts. Speak softly or silently. There's no need to shout. You can whisper your affirmations or even repeat them mentally. The important thing is not the volume of your voice, but the volume of conviction and emotion you put into them. Often, whispered or mental affirmations can be more powerful because they feel more intimate and direct to your subconscious. Use key moments of the day. The most effective times for affirmations are just before sleeping and upon waking in the morning. In these transitional states, your conscious mind is more relaxed and receptive, allowing affirmations to filter directly to the subconscious with less resistance. You can also use them during meditations, quiet walks, or any calm moment. Be consistent, but without forced effort. Repetition is important for imprinting the subconscious, but it must be a calm repetition, not an anxious one. If you feel tension or desperation while affirming, stop. Relax your body and mind and resume the exercise when peace returns. It's not about forcing your subconscious, but about sowing with confidence. If you feel you are struggling with the affirmation, it is a sign that there is an underlying belief of doubt that needs to be addressed. The vibration of affirmation, beyond words. Every thought and every word we utter, internally or externally, carries a vibration. When our words and our feelings are in harmony, we create a coherent and powerful vibration that your subconscious picks up and amplifies. For example, if you affirm, "I am prosperous," and feel prosperous, gratitude, abundance, you are emitting a vibration of prosperity. Your subconscious aligns with that vibration and begins to seek and attract circumstances that resonate with it. Conversely, if you affirm, "I am prosperous," but feel envy, lack, or fear of money, you are emitting a vibration of lack. The subconscious, obediently, will reflect that lack in your reality, despite your conscious words. That's why feeling is the key. Feeling is proof that your conscious mind and your subconscious mind are aligned. Effective affirmations are the language of inner certainty. They are the way your conscious mind, with intention, programs your subconscious for success, health, wealth, and happiness. By mastering the art of affirming with emotion and conviction, you become the conscious co-creator of your reality, manifesting your desires not through struggle, but through the powerful alignment of your inner being. Chapter 7. Living from Trust, Not from Need. This is the threshold to an existence where manifestation becomes a natural flow, because your inner state no longer depends on external results. Most of us are conditioned to live from need. We believe that we need that promotion to feel valuable, that partner to feel complete, that amount of money to feel secure, or that external approval to feel happy. This state of need creates a vibration of lack. It's a constant message to your subconscious and to the universe that says, "I am not complete now. I need something external to be complete." And as we already know, the subconscious, in its obedience, will work to keep you in that state of need, perpetuating the lack you feel internally. When we live from need, our desires become a burden. We anxiously chase what we want, clinging to results with tension and fear. This energy of attachment and desperation not only exhausts us, but repels what we try to attract. It's the example of the person who seeks a partner with such need that they scare others away. Their energy projects desperation, not attractiveness. The law of reversal invites us to a radical change, to live from inherent trust and internal completeness. This means recognizing that you already possess everything you need within yourself to be happy and complete, regardless of what manifests or doesn't manifest externally. It is a state of deep peace where your desires do not arise from an emptiness that needs to be filled, but from an expression of your existing abundance and potential. When you operate from this inner conviction of peace and certainty, what you desire flows to you more naturally and effortlessly. Why? Because your subconscious mind picks up your state of trust and completeness as the new truth of your reality. There is no resistance, no lack to manifest. There is only a perfect alignment between your inner world and the outer world you wish to create. Applying this principle to relationships. The realm of relationships is fertile ground for the law of reversal. Many people seek a partner out of a need for companionship, love, or to feel complete. This need, laden with anxiety, often generates desperation, jealousy, control, or behavior patterns that drive away the ideal partner. Living from trust in relationships means cultivating your own happiness and completeness as an individual. Instead of needing a partner to be happy, you focus on being happy and complete by yourself. This energy of fullness makes you magnetic. You attract relationships from a place of abundance, not lack. You release control over the outcome, whether that person stays, whether they act as you expect, and trust that, if you are aligned, the right relationship will flourish. Releasing control in relationships. Stop trying to control how your partner, friends, or family should act. Recognize that their actions are beyond your power. Focus on your own integrity, your love, and your respect. By letting go of control, you allow the relationship to breathe, grow, and evolve more harmoniously and authentically, releasing the resistance that usually generates friction. Fear as the primary blocker. Fear is the main blocker of this state of trust and completeness. The fear of not having, of not being enough, of not achieving, of losing, is the vibration of lack that keeps you anchored in need. Joseph Murphy insisted that we must empty our mind of fear so that the subconscious can receive and manifest our purest desires. Identify your underlying fears. When you feel anxious about a desire, ask yourself, what underlying fear do I have if this does not manifest? Is it fear of scarcity, rejection, failure, not being loved? Confront fear with truth. Once you identify the fear, confront it with the truth of your completeness and with faith in universal intelligence. For example, if you fear scarcity, affirm and feel, I am already complete and abundant. Everything I need is being provided. Practice detachment from the outcome. Every time you feel the need to control or anxiety about the outcome, breathe deeply and let go. Trust that you have sown the seed and that the universe will take care of the harvest. This is a continuous act of liberation. Cultivating trust and completeness. This paradigm shift from need to trust does not happen overnight. It is a constant practice. Recognize your inherent worth. Affirm your worth as a human being, regardless of your current achievements or possessions. Happiness is not something to be earned. It is a state to be chosen. Gratitude for the present. Practice gratitude for everything you already have. Gratitude is the emotion of abundance, and it anchors you in the state of having, counteracting the vibration of needing. Visualize your completeness. Beyond visualizing your desires, visualize yourself as a complete, happy, and satisfied person, even before your desires manifest. Feel that fullness. Live with purpose. Having a clear and meaningful purpose helps you center your energy and feel fulfilled, diminishing the feeling of needing external validation. Radical acceptance. Accept reality as it is in this moment without resisting. This acceptance dissolves inner friction and opens the path for flow. Living from trust and not from need is the pinnacle of applying the law of reversal. It is the path to a life of fluid manifestation, where your desires become a natural extension of your complete and harmonious being. You free yourself from the slavery of lack and open yourself to the abundance that already resides within you and in the universe. We have reached the end of this profound journey through the law of reversal, a philosophy that challenges convention and invites us to a less combative, more harmonious path to manifestation. We have dismantled the illusion of forced effort, understanding how anxiety and struggle can, paradoxically, repel what we most desire. We have delved into the vast power of our subconscious mind, recognizing it as the supreme ally that responds to what we feel as truth, not just to what we desire with words. We learned that the law of reversal operates when we let go of control, allowing the universe to organize itself for us. We mastered the art of imprinting our desires through visualization and deep feeling, knowing that emotion is the language of the subconscious. We cultivated silent faith and the power of not doing, understanding that strategic inaction, born of trust, can be the most potent action. We refined our tools with effective affirmations, learning to charge our words with inner certainty instead of anxiety. And fundamentally, we initiated the paradigm shift from living from need to operating from a deep inner trust and completeness. Life is a constant flow, and manifestation is not a battle, but a dance. The law of reversal frees you from the tension of pushing against the current, inviting you to align with the natural rhythm of existence. By integrating these principles, you will not only achieve your desires with greater ease and fluidity, but you will live from a place of unshakable peace and deep trust. This is the true art of effortless manifestation. This is your moment to transform theory into experience. We encourage you to carry Joseph Murphy's teachings with you and apply them in every aspect of your life. True freedom is not the absence of desires, but mastery in the way of manifesting them. If this audiobook has resonated with you and has propelled you to a new level of understanding, we invite you to join the Path of Knowledge community. Here, we continue to explore wisdom that empowers you to live a full and purposeful life. To continue deepening your journey and be part of our path, Subscribe to our channel so you don't miss future guides, reflections, and transformative tools. Like this audiobook if it has brought you value and ignited a spark within you. Share it with those you believe the law of reversal can benefit. Help us spread this message of power and fluidity. Your path to effortless manifestation and a life of authentic well-being is just beginning.